Walmart's rival in India currently is the Metro Cash and Carry. The German retail firm has identified India as one of its key focus expansion markets and, like Walmart, will be opening 50 new cash and carry stores.
I believe that we have very focused and wide assortment for our resellers and HoReCa and ONI members. We have very competitive prices as well. And the third is the member service. These are the three things for which we've been known in the market. And there was an IMRB survey which was carried out in mid-2014. And in that survey, we were rated #1 on various parameters, including the price, the availability, the member service, the shopping experience. So I believe that we are on very good grounds in terms of being able to withstand any competition.
Post the Bharti Walmart breakup, you took over the 20 wholesale joints that together both of you had operated in the past. So this is your first store. Will most of the stores that you've talked about, the 50 new stores, will they mostly be in those existing 20 locations, or are you also looking at newer places where you'd like to open these stores?
There are two elements to the strategy. One is to densify existing cities. So we'll open multiple stores in certain cities where we are already present in order to be able to serve the customers better in those cities. The second part of the strategy is to understand which might be virgin markets, and therefore there's an opportunity to gain some first mover advantage. So we continue to study those states. For example, Maharashtra, Rajasthan are the states where we see still plenty of opportunities where we would like to establish our presence.
While Walmart sure seems to be turning a new corner in India, analysts would hope that it also makes money in the process. The 7-year-old joint venture with Bharti remained unprofitable, and at the time of separation, Walmart had to write off debts to the tune of $234 million. With planned expansion over the next 5 to 7 years, when will Walmart finally break even?
Without speaking specifically of numbers, I would say that we certainly have good focus on chasing profitable sales. And our stores are doing well. And that is the primary reason we have decided to grow our current format quite aggressively in terms of putting up 50 stores in the next 5 years. We are happy, or we are satisfied with our results, and we are satisfied with what we have achieved till now in this space, and that's the reason we'll continue to grow this business.
Going forward, can India be the next China for Walmart?
So these are the two countries which have 1 billion plus population. There's no other country on this planet. So I guess India has very high potential, certainly.
You have operations across 27 countries, if I'm not wrong. Is there something different that you're doing in the India market? Is there something which is completely different, which requires some local information, local knowledge, which are practices that you don't follow in some of the other markets?
So generally, in every market that we operate for the local customer there, and therefore I think following the local nuances becomes very important. It's very difficult for me to single out any one single practice which might be applicable only in India. If you talk about, for instance, the focus on doing business the right way, if you talk about focusing on ethics and integrity of people who work here, if you talk about being completely people-focused in all our policies and the philosophies that we have, if you talk about the member centricity and the customer centricity, the principles are all common. The same principles are followed the world over by Walmart. It's just that the application of those principles in different countries has to be customized depending on the country's requirement.
Also, you're also sort of ramping up your e-business side of your operations. Can you just talk us a little bit about that? What's the kind of potential you see? Because it's again another, as per this format, again a B2B format. Tell us a bit about the potential, and will this facility be open to all the new stores that you open up?
Yes. So I think the omni-channel experience is here to stay. and e-commerce is here to stay. So as far as the B2B e-commerce is concerned, we have been pioneers in this country. Mid last year, that is some 1st of July 2014, we launched our first B2B e-commerce in Hyderabad and Lucknow. And since then, we have now implemented the B2B e-commerce platform in all the 20 stores. And when we launch Agra 2 tomorrow, we'll start with the B2B e-commerce. So the omni-channel experience is very important. To enhance the experience, just last week, we launched our mobile app for best price. And we also launched an app called Dial a Deal, where it makes it easier for our members and our customers to know what are the deals of the day. We constantly innovate and improve the customer experience as far as this omni-channel experience is concerned.
And going forward, will Walmart ever look at tying up with an India partner? Is that part of your long-term or medium-term plan, or following the Bharti experience, you've had enough and you want to go solo in India?
So as far as cash and carry business is concerned, as far as the wholesale business is concerned, 100% FDI is permissible. And as far as the B2B e-commerce is concerned, there again 100% FDI is allowed. So we don't need any partners as far as the B2B business is concerned. As far as the B2C is concerned, as I said, we continue to watch the space, we continue to study the regulatory environment, and we will talk about it at the appropriate time.
So when you took over the operations there, what was the target that Scott Price had given you for India market? Is there something specific that that he had in mind? And if you can just talk about what were those words or something that may have been communicated to you when you were given the new role?
So with the new role, the mandate from Scott Price was very clear. Build a solid foundation for a great business where the business is done absolutely the right way. And keep your eyes always glued on your members and make sure that member experience always comes first. I think I followed that advice completely and to the T. There has never been any pressure about opening more stores or doing anything else. And this advice has helped me a lot in staying focused on the two objectives of staying focused on the customers and the members and staying focused on doing business the right way, which has brought us to a good place.
Walmart's comeback strategy in India now rests on creating value across the chain. This is best exemplified in their sourcing strategy for food items that constitutes over 50% of the company's India revenues.
The sourcing strategy is pretty much the same at an overall level. If you really look at it worldwide, it doesn't change so much. But you have to look at the local nuances and then make sure that you sort of work with them. So in India, our focus has been to disintermediate as much as we can and go back to the region as far as possible. So if you look at the fresh area, we have these apples here, for example. We're having a direct farm program with the farmers back in Himachal, and we buy these apples from Himachal. We focus on quality, we focus on the right grade, we focus on the right kind of, if I can say, color, for example, here, and the size that determines the grade for these apples, and which is what we try and sell. And not just that, we sell apples throughout the year, and we bring in apples from the US as well. So we have a global leverage program, so to say, to work with our farmers back in the US and bring in the Washington apple from there. And similarly, we're looking at bringing in the Fuji apple from China as well. So it's a very large program to make sure that throughout the year we can have quality merchandise available at our stores at the best possible prices.
How Walmart fares in India will be closely watched. After stuttering in other emerging markets like Mexico, India may hold the key. In Agra, with video journalist Hriday Patra, this is Ranajay Banerjee.